Tucked away behind this sleepy, ordered seafront is a flat filled with a mind-boggling array of stuff. All belonging to one woman and her dog.
Give Mummy a kiss? Yes. I would describe my hoarding as organised chaos. Got various toys loosely labelled on the end of the boxes so that I get some idea of what's in them.
Joy is a 57-year-old retiree with an obsession for collecting vintage toys, games and dolls.
Love to buy old toys. The Western Pullman, never been out of the box. Puppets, Barbies, Pippas, Stingray, World War I fighter aces.
2 bedrooms and even a study are filled with Joy's stuff. But she adds to this already sizable hoard on a regular basis.
Living in Bexhill, you have got 16 charity shops. And if I see something labouring in a charity shop, then I feel compelled to buy it. Oh, avalanche!
And even best friend Emma despairs.
At the moment, every corner is filled with something.
I imagine that all children that have had a toy have foisted some love onto that item, and it's just nice if they can be loved again.
Then, 6 years ago, her husband Dennis suggested Joy turn her compulsive collecting into a toy business.
I had so many that my husband said to me, "You ought to do this for a living." And do you know what? I thought that's not a bad idea.
But a year into the business, Dennis became ill and the shop had to close.
Dennis had terminal bowel cancer, and when I was in the shop I wanted to be at home, and when I was at home I thought I should be in the shop, and it was too much of a tug, an emotional tug, so in the end the shop had to go.
The entire stock of the shop came home with Joy, and to cope with the situation, she bought more toys and dolls on a regular basis.
When Dennis was very ill, I had to have something to look forward to every day, so the postman coming was the highlight of my day. Dennis, with his positive attitude, had decided that when he got better we'd open a shop again, but sadly that didn't happen.
I think originally Joy's collection helped her get through everything with Dennis. It was like a therapy, I think, at the time, but she doesn't need it now.
Joy now feels it's time to let go of the past and wants to focus on a more positive future.
I'm hoping to be chosen to be a foster carer, and I need to have my house child-friendly. I'd like this room to look more homely. At the moment, it just looks like a storage area. It's overwhelming sometimes. You know, you just can't. You feel claustrophobic. It's as if they're moving in on you. I really want to call a halt now to the collecting. That was my previous life with Dennis. All this stuff belongs to that life. Although I know part of him's still with me. He wants what's best for me. And what's best for me is to move on.
Here to help Joy achieve her goal of turning around her home and life are Nick Allen and Abigail Ahern. Nick is an international antiques dealer with 10 years' experience in the business. His job is to sell off as much of Joy's mammoth doll and toy hoard as he can.
I can turn anything into a profit. You've just got to find the right buyer.
The money raised will fund a redesign of the hoard-affected rooms by interior designer Abigail Ahern.
Good design has the ability to elevate your emotions and make you feel instantly happy. If you live in a beautiful, inspirational space, you will not want to clutter it up with mounds and mounds of stuff.
Hiya.
I'm Abby.
Emma.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Emma, Nick.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And you're Joy.
Yeah,
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Joy, how difficult is it to actually live and function in these rooms that are so cluttered?
You can't breathe sometimes.
So what's your take?
I think there's so much potential in the space.
And have you tried to edit it?
I try to, but You know when you've had something for such a long time, you don't see it anymore, do you?
Since your husband passed away, has it got more out of control?
It was while he was ill, that was when it got out of control. Because I couldn't control what was happening with him, and I had no control over his treatment or anything else. I had to control something. So I, was buying, and that was my little bit of pleasure.
I think it's amazing that you can so readily, easily sort of let go of all this stuff that you've accumulated for so long, that's been part of your life for so long.
Well, a lot of them carry memories of that situation, don't they?
Yeah.
It's clearing out and moving on.
So it's like the stuff has served its purpose.
Yes.
Exactly.
That sums it up quite well, yes. It's my hope that I will be accepted as a foster carer. So that's my future now.
It's like a clean break.
Clean break.
An end to the past.
Yeah.
And starting afresh.
Yes.
Another bedroom.
Nick and Abby
This is
want to
really
explore
nice.
Joy's hoard, to understand her and the scale of the collection they're dealing with.
It's just a dumping ground for boxes of stock. Some of these teddies have got some age. I've noticed 1920s boudoir doll with its original clothes. These porcelain-headed dolls, Armand Marseille. Armand Marseille is one of the better makes. There's another one.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Nick and Abby are having Joy's collection boxed up and taken to a warehouse.
I feel absolutely great to see the back of them.
Joy is going to see the scale of what she's amassed. She will soon have to decide how much she's really prepared to let go.
She's lost the love of her life and she wants to do something good for the world with that love that she's got inside her heart. So I think it's a really good cause and I want to try my hardest for this one.
Me too. I want to give her a space that she's really proud of, that she can relax in and totally enjoy.
Off we go.
Let's go.
Joy moves into a local hotel. She can finally escape from the relentless clutter of the flat and not have to move boxes to get into bed.
It's nice.
It's not bad, is it?
No. Excited, nervous, all lots of emotions going on.
You get to enjoy a couple of nights in somewhere that's not full of stuff.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Sleep well.
I will, you too.
It'll be great. I'm looking forward to a nice restful sleep in this beautiful, clean, tidy bedroom.
At the warehouse, Joy's collection is unpacked and laid out, with enough stuff to fill a large school playground. The scale of it is astonishing. There's enough toys to cover an entire floor of Hamleys of London.
Just look at all this stuff.
The collection includes over 500 Barbies, 250 teddy bears,
I mean, that's a shop. This is a shop that was in Joy's house. And I don't know really how she lived like that.
hundreds of toy cars, thousands of doll parts including heads, legs and arms, and the dolls themselves, clocking in at over 2,000. Doll trading is a niche market, but full of collectors who are willing to pay big money. Manufactured from 1800 through to the mid-1900s, dolls encapsulate the culture and fashion of their time. Pierotti wax dolls were a favourite with the royal family. This early 1900s offering could fetch as much as £1,500. Simon and Holbig dolls were famous for their realistic skin-like texture. This cheeky chappie from 1903 would cost around £800. There are dolls for adults too. Joy's 1920s boudoir dolls are worth around £250.
It's Gebrüder Heubach. 8192 is the company's way of numbering their own mould. But to look at the doll and the costume, we can safely say that that doll's 100 years old. It is one of the most valuable. This case was in Joy's bedroom, and there's 2 German dolls inside, late 19th century, early costumes. They're going to be $200-300 each. These are North American Indian dolls. These are quite unusual. With the right customer, we'll be talking hundreds for those dolls.
There's a lot of money, thousands and thousands of pounds in this collection.
But despite seeming happy to let much of her stuff go, Nick and Abby are blissfully unaware of one fact. There are 20 boxes chock full that Joy has held back. 57-year-old widow Joy Beddoe is a collector who's lost control. Until yesterday, her flat in Bexley-on-Sea was overrun by a hoard of dolls, games and craftware that would put most toy museums to shame. Expert dealer Nick Allen is going to try and clear the hoard from her home by selling off as much as he can.
Yeah, it would just be so nice to have freedom. I just want it all gone, so this can be a bedroom.
Designer Abigail Ahern will then use the money to transform the key rooms in Joy's flat, with the aim of tackling her hoarding habit and setting her on course for a new life as a foster mum. Joy's entire hoard has been taken to a warehouse. Soon she'll confront the lot and be challenged to let it go. Before she faces her collection, Joy is getting a chance to see her home hoard-free.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to going and seeing the place without all that stuff stored up in it.
It will be the same blank canvas as it was when she set up home 4 years ago with her late husband Dennis.
Space, that's the one thing that keeps going through my mind, space.
And the first time since he passed away that Joy has existed without clutter.
Oh my God. I can't remember it. I can't remember it was this clear. It's like a huge weight being lifted off my shoulders. Sorry. It's like what it was when me and Dennis first moved in. It was like this.
With a clean slate to work on, Abby wants to share her design plans with Joy for the key rooms in her flat.
Hey Joy,
Hi,
how you doing?
not so bad. It's absolutely wonderful. Look at this.
Wow, it's huge.
I know.
Before, this room was submerged under a blanket of dolls and teddy bears. Now Abby wants to restore it to a space where Joy can retreat and rejuvenate.
We want to make this space like the best bedroom that you've ever had, so you feel comfortable to hang out in and use it as a, lounging area as well as just going to sleep. I mean, your style is what? Victorian?
I like the Victorian period because I like the organised clutter.
And you like Victorian interiors? Yes. I mean, I'm more kind of modern than traditional.
You can do a modern twist on it, I'm sure.
It would be nice if we could mix modern
Yeah.
with traditional.
Yeah.
The next room is the study, and Abby's hoping this former cardboard jungle will finally serve its purpose.
It just feels like a different space.
It does, doesn't it?
It's a sweet, quite snug room. I like it.
This room needs to be functional rather than restful. I've got hobbies and the computer work.
The second bedroom, which could be for a foster child, used to be covered in boxes. And there's a nasty surprise for Abby, as it still is.
Joy! This can go to the warehouse now.
No, these are the things that I'd already decided I was keeping. Stuff that's gone to the warehouse, some of that I haven't seen for a year, so I wouldn't know whether I wanted to keep it or not.
Why can't it go to the warehouse and then we weed it out there?
Because there wouldn't be any point. This is what I definitely want to keep.
What worries me is the fact that there's so many boxes. Oh, Joy, you're making my life so hard.
I know Abby has some concerns about the amount of stuff that's still stored in the bedroom. There's some stuff in that room that I'd already decided that needs more thorough going through, and it's much easier for me to do it here in my own time rather than trying to rush through it at the warehouse.
At the warehouse, Abby has to break the news to Nick.
This morning, at Joy's place, there's a whole room left of boxes that she won't let go. What is the point of us helping her? We're not just here to help her sell this collection, we're here to really help change her life.
Exactly. She should have brought it here, and then she'd have had all the space and all the time and us to help her go through the stuff.
It's a really huge problem. I don't know what to say.
Joy may have left 20 boxes behind at home, but now it's her big moment. With her friend Emma for support, she's about to come face to face with the rest of her hoard.
Oh my God.
Oh God, is that all mine?
That's all yours.
Oh my God.
When you see it all laying out like this, doesn't it make you wonder how you've managed to function in your flat?
You wonder how I managed to store it all
in there.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Because there's more here than even I was expecting.
I can't believe that my flat had this much in it.
Joy, we've got a table back there where we're just going to edit whatever you want to keep. So anything that immediately catches your eye, give to me and I'll take over.
Having already decided her hoard was part of her old life, it should be easy for Joy to let her stuff go.
See, I'm very torn between keeping my doll books and getting rid of them.
Are you?
Yeah, I like my doll books.
Nick and Abby are hoping Joy won't add much more to the 20 boxes already in her flat.
OK, should I put that on the table?
Yes, please. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? This could take a while.
But it's not looking good.
I would like to keep my tray. Oh, my knitting patterns, hold on.
Just a hint of a hoarder coming out.
No, not a hoarder, collector.
All of this has been weighing her down. You can't move on. You can't start anything else while you've still got all of this.
Joy eventually picks out a small selection of choice items, agreeing to let go of nearly 95% of the stuff she let come into the warehouse.
So are you really happy to walk away from everything else that's there? Everything?
Yep.
You're happy for all the dolls and all the toys and all the games and all the Barbies, all the dolls' clothes and the rest of the books.
Yep. I think Dennis will be very proud of me now. Proud that I can actually say goodbye to it all and choose a new life and move on.
Now Nick and Abby want to seize the momentum.
Do you think we might be able to do this with all the other boxes?
Yes.
How long do you think it'll take?
If I'm left on my own to do it, it will probably take me 2 or 3 days.
Agreeing to cull her secret stash means the path is clear for Abby to plan the redesign. She wants to do a Victorian scheme, but with a modern twist. She hopes it will inspire Joy.
Every woman wants a bit of glamour in their life, and after everything Joy has been through, she deserves a pad that she can live in, love and respect, and then she won't want to clutter it up again. I've put together this mood board for Joy, which is very whimsical, as Joy loves Victoriana and childhood nostalgia. I've chosen a beautiful dusky, quite sexy, pale pink colour for her walls, which I think will immediately soften the bedroom and make it feel like a sanctuary. I'm going to play around with scale. When you put something that's supersized in a room that isn't that big, you automatically add an Alice in Wonderland vibe, a magical quality, and the room looks grander and more impressive than it really is. Now for the study. I'm definitely going with flocked wallpaper. Victorians loved it, and I think Joy will too.
And finally, the spare bedroom.
My plan is, ta-da, to give her a striped ceiling, and I think it will make anyone walking in there instantly happy. This design has to be spectacular in order to give Joy the momentum not to mess it up again, because that would be an absolute disaster. So I need £2,500.
For Abby to give Joy the redesign she deserves, Nick needs to raise funds by selling as much of her hoard as possible. He's arranged to set up a pitch on one of the world's most famous markets.
We are at Portobello Market. This is one of London's busiest, happiest, jolliest markets, and try and find some loving homes for some of Joy's stuff.
For Joy, who used to own a toy shop, it should be a breeze.
What I like is when a true collector, somebody who absolutely loves the teddy, comes along and buys it.
With those 20 boxes on his mind, Nick hopes that if today's a success, it will press Joy into sticking to her decision of ditching them.
20 for her, as he's a bit more worn. 15 for him, so 35 for the two. Does that sound a bargain?
It does, yes.
Good man.
What's it like being out in front of customers and selling again? You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it's different.
It's a slow start, but there is some interest.
15? Lovely, thanks very much.
Ever the professional, Nick's organised a visit from a collector. He's got eyes for just one woman alone, Barbie.
Barbie man.
Barbie man. Nice to meet you.
This is Joy.
Hi, nice to
Hi,
meet you.
Giovanni.
Do you know, I made so many phone calls to find you.
I know, sorry, I was asleep.
We have got a lot of Barbie dolls.
Nick's contact, Giovanni Madonias, is one of Europe's biggest collectors and owns almost 2,500 of the plastic princesses. Created by Mattel in 1959, the original Barbie #1 sold for $3. She didn't reach the UK until 1961 and in mint condition is worth around £7,000. Barbie's a hard-working gal who's had over 80 careers, from rock star to airline pilot, and even a presidential candidate. But find this gem of a Barbie at your local car boot and you'll be rich. She was designed by the celebrated jeweller Stefano Canturi, and her 3-carat white diamond necklace means she's worth a cool £200,000, the most expensive Barbie in the world.
She's Malibu Barbie.
Yeah.
Malibu.
But will Joy's collection appeal to Giovanni's discerning eye?
She's a
Dollykin.
no, action girl. She's an action girl.
Is
You make me happy now.
Giovanni really knows his market and his stuff, but he also knows how to buy. He's a professional. He's working on Joy in several different ways to try and get the best deal.
Oh, she's beautiful. Thank you so much.
I like the fact that Giovanni is so passionate about them, and I do want them to go to somewhere where they're going to be
Will they?
appreciated. Put her in your freebies. Put her over there. Give her some love.
Oh, thank you.
I need to step in before she concludes. I need to stop her closing the deal and try and A, get him to spend more money, and B, try and make sure we get the best price possible for some of this stuff.
Yeah,
We've
but more
got 25 in here, have we?
Yeah.
25 dolls.
Yeah.
100? 100.
Oh, I can. No.
We're talking 300 for
Mine, it's a
25.
part, so it's kind of crazy.
300. No, but listen to my logic. The average of these dolls is going to be about £15 each, as an average.
I want to make this.
Of course you want to deal with a lady because you'll get a better price. That's why I'm here.
Mamma mia.
Knowing his market, Giovanni has picked 25 of the best Barbies.
So what are we going to say?
No, 200.
No.
I can do.
It's out of the question. You're going to have to put some back.
Nick's playing hardball.
20 dolls, £200.
Will Giovanni walk or agree to take fewer dolls for £200?
Yeah.
Thank you. How do you feel? Are you
I'm
happy
very
with the deal?
happy. Yeah. No, happy for the lady.
Did I scare you?
Yeah.
You can have these because
Can I
I
have
know
a
you're
card?
going to love them. Of
Can I
course
have
you
a card?
can.
Thank
Of
you.
course you can. Enjoy them.
Thank you.
Thanks to Nick's stone-cold negotiating, Joy has made her first major sale. With the day's takings at £325, Nick has rekindled Joy's passion for selling.
It was nice to meet people with a genuine love of old toys and old dolls, and to know that the ones that they bought they're going to take home and cherish.
Well, I think it's about time for us to pack up and go home.
I think you're right.
He's hoping the fix of reverse retail therapy has been the perfect antidote to keeping her hoarding at bay. Nick had hoped that by getting Joy involved in the selling, she would be encouraged to let go of more of the stuff in the boxes back at her flat.
It's quite exciting going through all this stuff.
It's the moment of truth.
Now these are some of my keeper toys. Mr. Rusty in his train. Oh. Keep him, I like him, he makes me laugh. See, I had to keep this teddy because he's absolutely gorgeous.
So you're keeping everything in this one as well?
Yeah, I'm keeping this. I've got some of my favourite teddies are in here.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys be out on display, making the room look like my room.
You've done really well. You've been even better with getting rid of it than I anticipated.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, good day.
With most of the boxes gone, there is now the space for Abby to start work on the redesign. If Nick can raise enough at the auction.
£95, all done, 95.
Oh no.
Desperate to free herself from an overwhelming hoard of thousands of toys, games and a small army of dolls.
I just want to get rid of them all. I look at them and I think, oh, it's more clutter, more clutter, more clutter.
A day spent with dealer Nick Allen selling some of her wares at Portobello Market has given her a taste for letting her possessions go.
You've done really well. You've been even better with getting rid of it than I anticipated.
Really?
Yeah.
With the money starting to come in, designer Abby and her team can make a start reinventing the key rooms in Joy's flat using a modern Victoriana scheme.
Powerful design is a real confidence booster, and I think that that's what Joy really needs to embrace her new life as a foster mum.
The flat is a rented property, so there are restrictions on the alterations they can carry out.
There's a storage heater where you want the headboard.
Abby had wanted to reposition the bed to opposite the original sash windows.
There is a storage heater here, which I hadn't realised because there was a whole load of furniture in front of it, and I assumed I could quite simply bang the bed against the wall. It now means that the scheme I originally wanted, I now can't do.
The money for Abby's redesign is coming from the sale of Joy's possessions, so it's vital Joy and Nick sell what they can.
This is like a time warp.
He's brought her to the largest privately owned toy museum in Europe. It's important to Joy that what she lets go from her collection finds a good home. Nick hopes museum curator Jerry Goldsmith will be interested in a selection of her favourite games.
This beetle game's very interesting. This is an unusual box, and I like the artwork inside.
How much would you be willing to offer us for the beetle game?
£10 to £12 on that one. It would have been more, but it's scuffed and, as you can see, well worn. What I like about this game, though the subject's quite common, is the box. It's in mint condition, lovely artwork on the front, which shows a family of the 1920s or 1930s, and therefore we'd definitely put this on display. And people can see a social history, what a family looked like in the 30s and what they played. And it's worth about £18.
If you've an interesting or rare piece, there's a solid market for second-hand toys. Every cog and screw from this late 1920s Meccano No. 7 set is a collector's item in itself. But a complete box like this could fetch over £1,000. A 1930s edition Monopoly game like this won't make you a millionaire, but it could sell for around £30 at auction. And remember the Weebles? The family who wobbled but never fell down? Well, neither did their value. An original set is worth an upstanding £60.
Card games are beginning to go up, simply because they're small and people can put them on shelves.
So you would be interested in acquiring these for the museum?
Yeah, I would give you £12 for those.
So you weren't interested in purchasing these, but we had 18, 20, 38, 16,
Yep.
48, and the 6, 54.
Correct.
A fiver,
Yep.
59,
Yep.
and 12 quid.
Yep.
69,
That's
71.
71. Call it 70, shall we?
I think we should call it 90.
Pardon?
It's another £70 towards
20,
Joy's makeover
40,
and another step along the
60,
road
but
to
I
a
tell you what I'm
clutter-free
going to do.
life.
You're a lovely person, so I'm going to...
I'm pleased for Joy. I'm pleased that she's actually got some of the stuff on permanent display. It's like a bit of endurance for her collection. Obviously, we're selling everything else, so the fact that a few bits remain on display, that's fantastic.
At the flat, the radical redesign Abby hopes will inspire Joy to keep the place clutter-free is well underway. While Abby may have been forced to compromise on the position of the bed, a dramatic headboard is taking shape.
Joy would be in bed like this, with her side lights like this, and it's nice and cocoony.
Abby wants Joy to have an inspirational workspace in the study and has splashed out on some stunning flop wallpaper.
I mean, I think it's beautiful, but I'm slightly concerned that it might scare Joy.
because I think I've pushed boundaries a bit in that I'm making her office quite glam, and I think that she was thinking her office would be quite practical.
In the 60s and 70s, flock print and indeed all wallpaper used to be the ultimate in bad taste. But the wallpaper of today is at the cutting edge of trendy interiors. This wallpaper, similar to the one going into Joy's house, is bold, blingy and fabulous. It immediately makes the space feel fun and playful, yet also grown up. Limiting the paper to one wall and tying it in with the overall colour palette of the scheme creates a dynamic focal point. But you don't need wacky patterns to make a statement. This gorgeous bird motif wallpaper brings the outside in and adds a tactile richness to the room. Designs attuned to the natural environment are back in vogue in a big way. It's uplifting, elegant, and because the pattern is delicate, you can easily paper the whole room. If you want a truly unique backdrop, you can produce your own wallpaper. Anything from a photograph to a painting, or even children's artwork can be scaled up and printed for a statement wall just like this. It's added a high voltage energy to the kitchen, but the muted palette prevents it from being too overwhelming. The paper is also printed to the exact size of the space in question, which means that there's no waste and no need to align fiddly strips.
I think my gran was ahead of her time because she had very similar wallpaper.
These guys think that it's granny wallpaper, but they have no taste.
Leaving the boys to tend her flock, Abby heads home to work on her design plan and have a catch-up with Nick.
Where are we at with the money?
Well, we've been to the toy museum. We've done a market. We're at 400 quid.
Nick, only £400. I've almost spent more than that on the wallpaper for her bedroom and her office.
Don't get stressed. The auction is the main shot.
It's a posh West London sale room. They're on the internet throughout the whole world.
That's where the best stuff is going.
Joy wants to find good new homes for hundreds of her most valuable dolls.
Wow, all this stuff, look.
Reminds me of your bedroom.
Easy.
Today, she, Nick and the cream of her collection have come to a vintage doll auction at Chiswick Auction House. Held every 3 months, it's a magnet for doll collectors from not just London, but around the world over the internet.
I can see some of your other dolls here, the boudoir dolls.
Yeah, she was on my bed.
They're going to sell.
Joy's collection is so vast, it makes up a quarter of the entire auction. Joy's items include the rare Gebruder Heuback doll, which could fetch £200, the remainder of her Barbie dolls, and a rare selection of Steiff bears. Any lot that goes unsold at auction incurs a fee, so Nick has grouped certain pieces together into 78 lots to avoid charges if they don't sell.
You've got masses of stuff in this sale today.
I have, yeah.
We're going to do well.
60, 65.
It's a big day today. We need as much money as we can for this makeover. But it's great to see this stuff in an auction, lotted up, ready to go under the hammer very shortly.
Selling.
First up is the Gebruder Heuback doll, one of Joy's favourite pieces.
Start me £80 a lot. £80 I bid, 85, 95, £95 all I bid for that lot, 95, 100. £95 then, £95, all done, 95.
Oh no. I can't believe it.
At £95, it's a disappointing first sale, but the Steiff teddy bears are up next.
It's the Steiff, 12 in the lot, considerable interest in it, I'm about to say, and I'm straight in here at 90, 200, 210, 220, £220 I bid, at 220 with me, 220.
It's a much more encouraging result. The next lot is Joy's Art Deco boudoir dolls.
Connected. 210 I bid there. I've got one more 220, 230 in the room. 240 it's now on the telephone at 240. Seem to have clinched the deal. £240.
Another great price. The money is beginning to roll in as a large part of Joy's overwhelming hoard rolls out.
150, 160, 170, £160. Thank you. 90, £180 with me. £160 on the internet. Anybody else then? 180.
Over the next 2 hours, Joy's locks are snapped up. And now only one remains. The Barbies and the outfits Nick held back from Portobello Market.
With me at £400, 420, 440,
My goodness.
460, 480,
Yes.
500,
People on the telephone.
and 50, 550. Do you want 600? £600.
£600 is an amazing sale and a resounding success for Nick and Joy.
We took 5,000.
Really?
Of course, we've got commission, insurance, lotting charges. That leaves us with 3,500.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we did well.
We did do well.
Back at the flat, and Abby's glam Victoriana concept is taking shape. Joy's turning up to see the redesigned rooms in less than 3 hours.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. It's just been such a long day. Yeah, we're only just beginning all the dressing, so it's fine, because you know, once you start dressing it, it starts to look a little bit more magical.
Abby's design has to convince Joy to never hoard again. So she's had to plan her storage solutions carefully.
Floor to ceiling storage, though she's now got storage, but in cool, funky boxes that just look a bit hipper than those plastic, miserable things.
At the warehouse, there's still thousands of Joy's items unsold. If Nick doesn't sell them, they'll have to go back to Joy's flat. So he's hatched one last plan.
I've got a dealer waiting outside who's a general dealer. He buys anything, bulk, single items. I'm going to try and get him to buy the lot in one go. What's the price you'd be happy with?
500 will be a bottom line for
Okay,
this lot.
so anything above 500, happy days.
Yeah. I know you've got my best interests.
I will push him as hard as I can, right up to the point he walks away, and that's the point to do the deal.
Nick takes fellow dealer Kevin Springer on a tour of the lion's share of what remains of Joy's hoard.
I mean, these retail for £2.50 in the shops in London.
Yeah, but I would have gone 30.
Getting a good price now will be all about the haggle.
There's got to be a couple of thousand items just in this pile here. If you averaged £1 a piece, because some bits are making fivers,
Yeah.
a couple of grand's worth of stock here, no problem.
If I take the whole lot, £600.
I need to bash you harder than that.
Really not a lot more.
I was hoping to get double that, £1,200.
Yeah, well, no. Nowhere near that.
There's money here, mate.
But also there's at least £200 worth of dumping stuff.
Look, £9.50.
No. Top whack, 700.
Got you up to 700?
That's it.
Now we're talking the same language.
'Cause I'm
740, Kev. Come on, shake me hand at 740. 735, come on. 735.
Actually,
You're going to begrudge us?
735. There
Good,
you go.
gotcha.
All
right, mate. Nice. I've got you an offer.
Yeah, go on then.
You'd have been content at 500.
Yeah.
We got 735.
Really? Oh, that's brilliant.
And that's for everything. The junk, the rubbish, the broken, everything. He'll take the lot.
So it's his problem now.
Exactly.
Not mine.
That's the spirit.
Wonderful. Let's shake on it.
Antiques dealer Nick Allen and designer Abigail Ahern are determined to help widow Joy Beddoes escape her monumental hoard.
Oh, avalanche. You feel claustrophobic. It's as if they're moving in on you.
She wanted a new start.
I really want to call a halt now to the collecting. I'm hoping to be chosen to be a foster carer.
Seeing her home hoard-free for the first time since her husband died convinced her to let go of much of the past.
It's like what it was when me and Dennis first moved in. It was like this.
And let Nick sell almost her entire collection of toys and games.
735. There
Good,
you go.
gotcha. All right, mate.
Now, by taking Joy's love of Victoriana and giving it a modern twist, Abby is hoping the reinvented rooms will inspire Joy to keep her home and life hoard-free. It's finally time for Joy to see the redesign. Abby wants her to see the study first.
It's lovely.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you were right.
Yay. You do?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Before, this room was cluttered and claustrophobic. Joy wanted a practical but creative space where she could store her most treasured possessions. Now its soothing blue-grey walls calm the mind, while the flock wallpaper evokes Victoriana glam and stimulates the imagination.
That's so different. I can't believe how different it is.
Like your storage?
It's beautiful. Now I can label these boxes up and put my hand on things straight away.
Hopefully it just feels a little bit more glamorous than just a miserable kind of office.
It's glamorous but restful, actually.
Emma, what do you reckon?
I love it. It's just everything together. It's just lovely.
I've got great hopes for the next.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm so pleased.
Are you ready to see the spare room?
I certainly am. Oh my goodness. All right, yeah, I like it.
I'm so pleased.
Before, this bedroom was drab and soulless. Joy wanted a place that children would find welcoming. Now it's an energising, exciting room which draws you in with its vibrant colours and bold patterns.
That's radical.
Isn't it great?
I've designed this room so it's suitable for a boy or a girl. The thing about orange is it's not age specific, it's not relative to one sex, and it's refreshing and it's upbeat, which is kind of how I wanted this to feel.
Yeah, I love that. That's really nice. There's this blackboard paint on here.
I think blackboards, you could be 2 or 92, and they can rub it out and write as much as they
And then I
want.
can just put another layer over if it's
Exactly.
nice.
I think it's lovely.
Yeah.
If you're trying to put a room together for somebody and you don't know them, it could end up quite nondescript, but this has got personality of its own.
So I'm really excited to show you your master bedroom. Follow me.
Oh, wow. Ooh, look at this.
Before, this room housed thousands of dolls and teddy bears, but left no room for joy. Now, with its soft pink hues and subtle lighting, it combines Hollywood glam with traditional Victoriana, a refuge for Joy to unwind and relax.
Oh. Oh, Abby, that's beautiful.
You like it?
I love it.
The room is unrecognisable, from the transformation of the built-in wardrobe using mural wallpaper to the room's centrepiece, a super-sized chandelier that complements the spaciousness of the room.
This is the business.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's amazing.
So the reason I've given you a supersized chandelier is that I think that when you play around with scale by putting pieces that are too big in rooms that are too small, you add instant Alice in Wonderland magic.
No, you really have.
How do you think Dennis would feel? Because when I designed it, I sort of was thinking about both of you.
He wouldn't be so keen on the pink, I've got to be honest about that, but he would love the bed and he would love the space. No, I think he'd wish he was here, actually.
In total, Nick managed to raise just under £6,000, selling 80% of the hoard. After the cost of the redesign, it leaves Joy with £3,500 for a rainy day. But for her, the real reward is a new living space and the chance for a hoard-free future.
My main feeling is relief. Relief that all that stuff's gone.
Yeah.
It's almost like a new start for her.
Oh, we've given her thousands of pounds on top as well.
Yeah.
That's such a break.
And to have her to say that she just feels this massive burden has been lifted from her shoulders, I just think makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it?
Definitely. This has been the most fantastic feeling I've had coming away from one of these. It's amazing.
You needed something nice that was just yours, and I think you've got it, and I think it's wonderful.
Oh.